So Hillary Clinton, around the same time that Paul Ryan was making his announcement, Hillary Clinton was giving a speech. She had some very tough things to say about you. One of the things she said...
She wasn't giving, she was reading a speech that was written by other people, okay? But go ahead.
Okay.
Sound bites.
One of the things she said was, this is not someone who should have the nuclear codes. It's not hard to imagine Donald Trump leading us into war because someone got under his very thin skin. What's your response to that?
Well, first of all, I don't have thin skin. I have very strong, very thick skin. And when somebody's right about me, I always, you know, if you do a report and it's not necessarily positive, but you're right, I never complain. I do complain when it's a lie or when it's wrong. But I have a strong temperament, and it's a very good temperament, and it's a very in-control temperament, or I wouldn't have built this unbelievable company. I wouldn't have built all of the things that I've been able to do in life. I've been #1 bestsellers, one of the best-selling books of all time, tremendous television success.
I don't think anyone...
I've been successful. Well, wait a minute, Jack. I've been successful in every business I've been in, if you think. Real estate, one of the most successful. Television, The Apprentice, which is, forget it. I mean, NBC came to me, they wanted to renew so badly, you have no idea.
Well, what does that have to do with temperament? You're very successful, there's no question.
You can't have that success without good temperament. And I will say this, I was thinking about the word temperament, and we need a strong temperament in this country. We have been led by weak people, weak, ineffective people. Countries have taken advantage of us, whether it's militarily or otherwise. We have been taken advantage of by everybody. We have people with weak temperaments. I have a very strong temperament, but I have a temperament that's totally under control. And you know, she mentions that I'll bring us into war. She's the one that wanted to go into Iraq. I mean, she raised her hand. She didn't know what the hell she was doing. She raised her hand. I said, I don't want to go into Iraq. Iraq is going to destabilize the Middle East. And I was 100% right.
Can I just say one point on that? I have looked so long and hard for any evidence.
I'll give it to you. 2004, they had they had newspaper articles.
Right, but the war started in 2003.
It did, but you know what? You look at. I did an interview with Howard, and that interview was the first time I was ever asked a question. Don't forget, I was an entrepreneur. I'm a real estate person.
Right, but didn't you say to Howard that you thought it was a good idea?
This was before the war started, long before the war started. Right. And it was a very, like, I don't know. First, nobody ever asked me the question. You know, when you're doing what I did, nobody was talking about a lot of the questions that you asked me today. And I sort of like, well, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. By the time that started, I was totally against it. And from 2004 on, there's a lot of proof of that. Because as you know, there was articles in magazines, there was a lot of articles.
A year after the war started.
No, but I was against it from before it started.
All right. But,
I mean, if you go back and look at that interview, and I'd get it for you if you want, but that interview was substantially before the war started. It was the first time I was ever asked a question. And even that, it wasn't like, oh, yeah, we should go in. It was a very, like, yeah, maybe, you know.
The only thing I would say, and then we don't have to belabor this point, is if there is evidence of you being against the war strongly before the war actually started, I would love to see it.
Okay, but I think there is evidence. Okay,
I just haven't seen
I think there is
any.
evidence. Okay, I haven't been asked that question before. Nobody said that to me before. I think there is evidence. I'll see if I can get it.
Okay.
But I will say, from the beginning of 2004, I mean, I've had articles, and I mean, they're in magazines saying I was
no
against,
question.
okay?
No question.
So I was against the war a long time ago, and it destabilized the Middle East, and that's exactly what I said was going to happen. And I also said Iran will take over Iraq because we ruined the balance of those two militarily. We knocked out one of the two balancing prongs. And Iran is, as sure as you're sitting there, Iran is taking over Iraq. They're taking over the oil, they're taking over everything.